Opponent looking to make a catch, tie switches out into Abomasnow, and it looks like we are committing to the one shield and Powder Snow farm down. Abomasnow is going to leave absolutely loaded. However, we have no shields, and that Lapras is super healthy. We throw one Powder Snow, and the Energy Ball does the opponent. Respect the damage. Yes, they do. Can we outpace the Energy Ball? Number 2, we make the Energy Ball. Is Energy Ball going to be enough to knock out? Well, you're going to have to watch the video to find out. So welcome back to the home of Shadow Pokemon. Once again, my good friend Ty has submitted some battles, and today we have an absolute treat for you. We have got a core of Shadow Abomasnow and Blastoise, two very underused but very powerful Pokemon in the Great League, with a lead of his huge flex of a rank 1 Shadow Drapion, and he went on an insane 20 win, 4 defeats and 1 draw streak. So you already know that this team is OP, and without any further ado, let's get right into the battles. And in game 1 we see Crafty in the lead. 2 Sludgeons will knock this fighter out. This fighter really needs to buy a belt because I have no idea why he's hanging on to his trousers, but either way we go straight for the Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb connects, Ty now switches out into Blastoise. The opponent is staying in, looking to commit to the foul play. Blastoise too oppressive, we Water Gun, farm it down. What does the opponent have for us? They take an absolute eternity to switch into a Pokemon, and clearly it's become apparent they have no answer for Blastoise. Nidoqueen taking super effective from the Water Guns. The first Hydro Cannon draws the first shield. Blastoise makes Hydro Cannon number 2. The opponent is now all shields down, and just the Water Guns have got this Nidoqueen deep into the red, and Blastoise was absolutely going off. Ty is not going to shield up Drapion. He's calling the Poison Fang, and the opponent, as always, throws the Fang. This is just another Fang where Ty is choosing to keep some health on his Drapion. We now switch out into Abomasnow, commit to the Powder Snow farm down, and in the back it is the Bear Trap. Galarian Stunfisk, we go straight for the hard hitting Energy Ball on a CMP tie to the Rock Slide, and Energy Ball lands for huge damage. Ty still has 1 shield remaining, so we shield up the Rock Slide. All we need now is a Weather Ball, and it's going to be high Galarian Stunfisk, bye Galarian Stunfisk, GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle. We see the little Marshmallow Charmer, Wigglytuff in the lead. Drapion can absolutely one-shot this with a Sludge Bomb. Ty is going for the Crunch Bait, does the opponent call the bait? They do not. We draw a shield with the Crunch. Ty now going straight for the Sludge Bomb. Does the opponent want to commit 2 shields? They do not. Get wrecked, Wigglytuff. They now come in to Obstagoon. We are going to align it with our Blastoise. Shadow Blastoise has respectable bulk. We don't shield the first move. Night Slash lands for a decent amount of damage. The opponent's already down 1 shield. Ty looks to fire off the Hydro Cannon, but Obstagoon gets the next Night Slash. It looks like we did lose CMP Ty. That is not fantastic, but Blastoise does fire off the Hydro Cannon. The opponent has shielded up. We now switch out very aggressively into Abomasnow, fire off the Weather Ball on a CMP Ty. I don't think Weather Ball is going to be enough to knock out. It is not. Obstagoon is now left deep in the red. Ty commits his final shield. He's going to look to Powder Snow, farm it down, and whatever the opponent has in the back, we'll never know because they concede the match. Moving on to the next one. We see Umbreon in the lead. I believe this Umbreon is running Feint Attack. Interesting. We'll go with interesting. The opponent fires off the Last Resort Drapion, shrugs it off, and we return fire with the Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb is going to land for big neutral damage. Ty now needs to overfarm and go for 1 more Sludge Bomb before they make the second Last Resort. Is Umbreon going to be willing to commit the first shield? No, they're not. We now switch out into Abomasnow. Can we Powder Snow? Farm it down. We cannot, but the opponent answers with Poliwrath. Another interesting play from the opponent. They shield up the Weather Ball. Ty is going to have to respect the Dynamic Punch. Is the opponent going to throw the Dynamic Punch? Yes, they do. Abomasnow now loaded, full of energy this time. We're going for the hard-hitting Energy Ball. Is the opponent willing to commit their final shield? Yes, they are. They are now at another Dynamic Punch. Is the opponent going to go straight for it? Or the bait? The opponent doesn't bait, and you already know now it's going to be night-night. Sleep tight. We're going for the Energy Ball. The opponent is unshielded. Down goes Poliwrath. All shields are now down, and the opponent has Trevenant. In the back, we throw 2 Powder Snows, switch out into Drapion. Trevenant gets absolutely wrecked, and this Umbreon has absolutely nothing to do. The opponent does stay in, throw a charge move. Mr. Opponent, what are you doing? We still have a fully healthy Blastoise. In the back, but we choose not to come in with it. We come in to Abomasnow. We look to tank a charge move, foul play, doesn't knock out, we Powder Snow, farm it down, and that's all she wrote. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see Medicham in the lead. Drapion pretty neutral in this matchup. Crunch and Sludge Bomb both hit for neutral. The opponent is on Power Up Punch, which isn't fantastic. These counters are now ramped up and going to start to shred Drapion. We land the Crunch, switch out, catch the second Power Up Punch on our Blastoise. The opponent is staying in counter, absolutely ripping through the big fat Turtle. Turtle still not shielding. This next Power Up Punch gets us deep into the yellow. We're now in the red. Blastoise with minimal HP leaves with a Hydro Cannon locked and loaded. I have not seen what the opponent's switched into, but it's going to have to eat a Hydro Cannon, and it is the Galvantula, the little pesky spider. The grass typing of Abomasnow does resist the Volt switches. Lunge does hit for super effective. The opponent throws the lunge, debuffing us. Switch out into Tropius. That debuff isn't going to save you, Mr. Opponent, as Ice is double super effective. The opponent commits the final shield. We combo play into Drapion, land the Sludge. It doesn't quite knock out, but we do fire off on a CMP tie. Leaf Blade is going to take care of Drapion, and Abomasnow is sitting in a great spot. We throw one Powder Snow, and Ty, as always, is going for the BM Energy Ball. Energy Ball is resisted, but does land for huge damage, and we manage to Powder Snow, farm it down with a shield bank for Season 13. Moving on to the next one. We see Victreebel in the lead. It's not actually a Shadow, which is a bit of a surprise, as most people do tend to run the Shadow variant. They look to catch a Crunch on Obstagoon, but all they catch is a big fat Sludge to the face. We now switch out into Blastoise. Obviously, we want to get this matchup out of the way, as Blastoise would get absolutely deleted by Victreebel. We look to Water Gun, farm it down, but we can't do it before the next Night Slash, but Blastoise hangs on. We fire off the Hydro Cannon. Is the opponent willing to shield it up? They are not. Blastoise is now going to get farmed down by Lapras. We now bring back in our loaded Drapion, both players farming up a boatload of energy. Ty fires off first, firing off the Crunch. This draws the first shield from the opponent. Ty has a boatload of energy, so he respects Lapras' Surf with a shield. The opponent now switches back out into Victreebel, and Abomasnow is about to absolutely feast. This is just a Leaf Blade, but Ty choosing to keep his Abomasnow healthy, knowing the Lapras is probably not on Ice Beam. Most are on Skull Bash. In the Great League, back out comes Lapras. We throw one Powder Snow, and the Energy Ball does the opponent respect the grass type damage. Yes, they do. The opponent looks to Ice Shard, farm us down. We make Energy Ball. Number 2 is Energy Ball enough to knock out. Who was worried? Abomasnow cleans up this battle in style. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next one, we see the Mighty Blue Mouse in the lead. The opponent looks to catch a Sludge Bomb on the Galarian. Stunfisk. Ty holds his energy and brings in the big Turtle Blastoise. We shield up a potential Earthquake, get baited with a Rock Slide. Not fantastic. Ty is going to return fire with the Hydro Cannon. Just the Water Guns have got this thing below 50% HP. The opponent once again builds up to what could be an Earthquake. Ty looking to correctly shield up and Water Gun down. We get baited once again. Can we farm down before the Earthquake? I think this is the Earthquake. Is Blastoise gonna hang on? No, we are not. Holy smokes. We are now shields down, but Drapion manages to resist it. Poison Sting, farm it down. In the back is Altaria. Drapion loaded, full of energy, fires off the Crunch. Crunch doesn't draw the opponent's final shield, so Ty going for the Hail Mary. Sludge Bomb will knock out from this range. The opponent does choose to shield it up, but Drapion, so quick at generating energy, fires off Sludge Bomb. Number 2, we don't quite knock out. We snipe with a Powder Snow. It's just the Mighty Blue Mouse remaining. They're going to need 2 moves to take us out, and they're on Play Rough. That's even more expensive than Ice Beam, and this is going to be Night Night. Sleep Tight for Azu as we outpace to the Energy Ball, and that vanquishes Azumarill back to its Pokeball. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see Swampert in the lead. Not fantastic. 2 better responses in the back, but Ty is choosing to stay in. We respect the Hydro Cannon return fire with a Crunch. Is Swampert going to put up a shield? Yes, they are. We get the defense drop. Is Ty going to look to catch the next move? Yes, he is. Stay in school, kids. Learn to count. The resisted Hydro Cannon is caught on Abomasnow. Let's see what the opponent answers with. In comes Skarmory. What a surprise. Swampert, Skarmory core. Abomasnow, not great in this matchup, but Ice does hit for neutral. we fire off the first weather ball. The opponent doesn't shield it up, we make weather ball. Number 2, the opponent chooses not to shield. We now come into Blastoise. This could be a Brave Bird, but Ty isn't shielding. They just go for the Sky attack. We now Water Gun, farm it down. Back out comes a Swampert. We outpace to the Hydro Cannon. Does Swampert want to commit its final shield? Yes, they do. We now combo play into Drapion, looking to get off the crunch. We lose. CMP Ty. We choose not to shield it up. Holy smokes. We go for the crunch. Drapion now on very low HP. The opponent has Galarian Stunfisk in the back. Blastoise deep in the yellow. Can Blastoise clean up this battle? We are going to shield up. The Rock Slide, look to outpace to the Hydro Cannon, which we do. Hydro Cannon is going to absolutely vanquish this little Pancake. The Pancake gets absolutely wrecked. Can we Water Gun, farm down Swampert? Yes, we can. And the big turtle cleans up. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see Melmetal in the lead, a Pokemon I've not seen in the Great League for an absolute eternity. Drapion goes straight for the crunch, and Melmetal, not the bulkiest, gets hit for big neutral damage. The opponent returns fire with a Thunderbolt. Holy smokes, not only is the opponent running a spicy Pokemon, they're also running a spicy moveset. The Thunderbolt is far more expensive. The opponent gets debuffed. Once again, they're now double debuffed. Ty chooses to let Drapion go down. They've gone for a superpower, so their defense is now super low. Ty choosing to come in with Abomasnow, go for the resisted. Powder Snow, farm down. We shield up the superpower. We get the farm down, and we are absolutely loaded. The opponent comes into what I think is a defense Deoxys, and we're going straight for the hard hitting energy ball. The opponent shields it up, and we switch out into Blastoise. We do have to be mindful of a potential Thunderbolt, so Ty commits his final shield. The opponent goes for the Psycho Boost and dip, and in the back the opponent has a Charmer. We're going straight for the Skull Bash. Skull Bash will land for big neutral damage and boost our defense. Holy shit, it actually one-shot that. I was not expecting. The opponent is in the yellow, so they don't want to go for the counter farm down, as they won't be able to tank the Hydro Cannon. They go for the Thunderbolt, not wanting to debuff their own attack, which does mean that Abomasnow is going to outpace to the energy ball, and that's going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. Holy smokes, I'm still in shock from just how much that Skull Bash did to Sylveon, but fuck charm, you love to see it. Moving on to the next battle, we see another spicy pick, a shiny Dragonite in the Great League. Dragonite, not the bulkiest, really doesn't want to take a crunch, but holy smokes, the opponent doesn't shield. And crunch nearly one-shots. Ty now switches out into Blastoise to soak the Dragon Claw. We commit to the Water Gun, farm down, and now, what the heck is this? A big caterpillar, aka Scolipede, on my screen. I just don't know what to say. This opponent is somewhat of a Spice Lord, but Blastoise draws a shield with the Hydro Cannon. We come back in to Drapion. We have 2 shields, we may as well use one, as Abomasnow really doesn't want to see Scolipede, and holy smokes, the opponent went for the Hail Mary with the Mega Horn. The opponent now switches out into their final Pokemon, which is their Bear Trap. Ty fires off the crunch, switches out into Abomasnow. Abomasnow not going to appreciate the rock type coverage of the Pancake. We fire off the Weather Ball, which draws a shield from the opponent. Ty is going to let the first move through, and ouch, that does a lot of damage. We still have a shield, so Ty can now shield this up. We can overfarm by 5 Powder Snows, throw on a CMP Ty. To the next charge move, Ty does fire off the Weather Ball. Weather Ball should be taking care of the Pancake. Can we outpace and survive the poison jabs? Yes, we can. Weather Ball is going to take care of the non-existent bulk of Scolipede, and that is all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, see Shiftry in the lead. Immediate save switch into Crobat from the opponent. Drapion has a pretty decent matchup here as well, so the opponent might be core broken by Drapion. They fire off the Poison Fang. Ty tanks it, keeps all that energy and switches out into Blastoise. I really like this play, as Blastoise now gets to avoid the Shiftry. We tank the Poison Fang, return fire with the Hydro Cannon, but does the opponent want to commit a shield? Yes, they do. The Water Gun now ripping through Crobat, but likewise the Air Slash tearing us apart. The opponent chooses to fire off one more Poison Fang. Ty commits no shields, looks to commit to the Powder Snow, farm down, but Crobat on 1 HP and a Dream makes a Poison Fang. Ty is choosing to shield it up. They now bring back out the Shiftry. Holy crap, Shiftry, you are not going to appreciate this. Weather Ball. Is the opponent going to commit the final shield? No, they are not. Down goes Shiftry, and it is Lapras. In the back, Ty banks all of that energy, looks to switch out into Drapion. We are going to shield up the Surf. We have almost 100 energy. We're going for a Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb does hit harder. Then Crunch. Sludge Bomb does around 45% HP to Lapras. So this next Sludge Bomb is going to get super close to knocking out. The opponent chooses to shield it up, and that is going to be all she wrote, because we've got the energy ball locked and loaded. So Lapras, you, my friend, are absolutely fucked. We come in, fire the energy ball, and it's going to be night, sleep tight. GG's, and thanks for playing. So those were the battles with the Triple Shadow team, featuring an Abomasnow and Blastoise core with a lead of a rank 1 Shadow Drapion. As always, Ty, super entertaining. His plays always have me laughing. I hope you enjoy Ty's battles as much as I do. So if you're new to the channel and enjoying the content, please consider subscribing. If you appreciate the content, smash that like button to help me reach a wider audience. If you'd like your battles featured on the channel, link to my battle submission form is down below. I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.